Hackintosh is a modified version of Apple's macOS that can run on non-Apple MacBook devices. But unlike the Windows OS or Linux OS, you can't just pick any laptop and install it. To be able to run it, you need a device that has hardware which is compatible with the OS. Unlike other lists about Hackintosh OS compatible laptops, we've not just listed out the compatible models, but we've actually listed out the best models that can run it without major performance issues, lags, etc. This VivoBook S is equipped with an Intel Core i7-8550U, which has a base clock speed of 1.8 GHz. It can go up to 4.0 GHz, which is enough for intensive tasks as well. It comes with Intel HD graphics, which works fine on macOS Catalina. So, you don't have to make any changes before you set up this Hackintosh, making things simple for first-time users. The device packs 8GB of DDR4 RAM, which is the standard for laptops you can get under $1,000, even if it's an Apple MacBook Air. On the storage side, though, you can see a dual system of 128GB SSD and 1TB HDD. For the best of everything, you should create a partition using the disk utility and install macOS on the SSD part. Only then will you have access to super fast speeds and quick boot up. When it comes to the display, ASUS has included a standard 15.6-inch Full HD panel with the package. It has a resolution of 1920 by 1080 and comes with thinner bezels, which improve the overall viewing experience. It should be noted that the Hackintosh build for this laptop supports macOS Catalina and that the display is superfine on that OS. Are you interested in building a Hackintosh that is truly lightweight and performance-friendly? In that case, it makes sense to check out the Acer Swift 5, which is a popular ultrabook on its own. There are, however, a few downsides in the package. Like the other laptops we have covered so far, this one also uses the 7th generation Intel Core i7-8550U, which comes with a base clock speed of 1.8 GHz. If you use high-end apps on your Hackintosh, you can push it up to 4.0 GHz. You cannot expect a dedicated graphics card on such an ultra-thin laptop, but the Intel UHD graphics card does a decent job in the first place. One of the things that make Acer Swift 5 a capable Hackintosh is the whopping 16GB of LPDDR3 RAM. This means you can enjoy competitive multitasking without affecting battery life so much. Similarly, 512GB of full SSD storage puts you in a position of convenience. Even if you decide to dual boot Windows and macOS Mojave, you will still have a sufficient amount of space left. First things first, we see the Intel Core i7-8550U, which is clocked at 1.8 GHz by default. The processor can be reaching up to 4.0 GHz via Turbo Boost if the situation demands so. You don't get a dedicated graphics card with the package, but this also means you don't have extra trouble in the beginning. You can start installing macOS Catalina without any hardware replacement or toggles, but there are still some graphical glitches. We see the excellent combination of 16GB DDR4 RAM and 512GB of full SSD storage. These things bring extra value to a laptop where you want to install both Windows and macOS. Even in an event where the OS internal elements are eating up RAM resources, you won't face issues with multitasking. Also, 512GB of SSD means you have enough space to keep files, apps, and more. Despite being a convertible laptop, there is no compromise when it comes to screen real estate. The 13.9-inch 4K panel comes with touchscreen and stylus support. If you are into artistic projects, the 3840 by 2160 screen makes an excellent choice for precision-based creation. It's also impressive that the touchscreen can work fine on macOS Catalina. One thing that might disappoint you in this package is the 6th generation Intel Core i7-6560U processor. But, we have to consider that this is an old flagship device and that it still supports macOS Catalina. The processor has a base clock speed of 2.3 GHz but can reach up to 3.2 GHz without trouble. Of course, you get integrated Iris Graphics 540, which works without a problem. This old XPS laptop can't compete with current MacBook devices and other Windows laptops in terms of storage, though. You get 8GB of DDR3 RAM, which can be a bit slow compared to other models we've listed above, but unlike Apple MacBook devices, you can upgrade to 16GB when needed. Similarly, 256GB of SSD storage is not enough for running a dual boot with ease. So, for the recommended build to work, you have to get a 512GB SSD from Samsung. You cannot go wrong with this machine if you are looking for an excellent touchscreen display for a boosted macOS experience. The 13.3-inch QHD Plus display has an advanced resolution of 3200 by 1800, which offers an incredible amount of sharpness. Despite being a few years old, this laptop has minimal bezels, ensuring an immersive viewing experience in the end. The HP Spectre X360 is another excellent choice when you want to build a light and portable Hackintosh to bring the best performance. While some Apple exclusive features may not work in this device, you can get a smooth macOS experience in general. Resembling many other devices that we have covered in this Hackintosh list, the Spectre X360 also uses an Intel Core i7-8565U, which comes with a base clock speed of 1.8 GHz. It can go up to 4.0 GHz, which comes in very handy when using CPU-intensive apps such as QuickBooks, Microsoft Excel, compilers, game development engines, photo editing apps, etc. Of course, being a lightweight 2-in-1 device, this one does not come with a dedicated graphics card. You're stuck with the integrated UHD graphics from Intel. This ultra-lightweight machine does not make any compromise when it comes to memory or storage. 16GB of DDR4 RAM is more than sufficient to take you through all sorts of multitasking needs. Similarly, 512GB of SSD storage seems a good deal for those who want to dual boot Windows and Mac OS. One problem is that the build may have some issues with the storage. In that case, you need to use an external SSD/HDD.